in a little bit. Importantly are the attitudinal things we look at, where they have a heightened sense of positive self-identity and an increased sense of community belonging. This is important for continued academic success, and feeling belonging to your community helps in many ways. Next slide, please. I can take questions as we go too. We don't have to wait. So an overview of the program. I'm sorry?
Does somebody have a question there? I heard some talking. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry, Joel.
Okay. So Fun in the Sun, the way it generally runs is we have in the morning what our academic portion is. And our goals are to increase kids' reading at grade level and at a minimum stop the summer learning loss that happens with disadvantaged populations. There's an age-appropriate curriculum. There's skill building, team building, as well as literacy interventions. Some of it's paper, and this last year we've introduced an online reading intervention that produces individualized lessons plans for the kids as they go. So each student's working on a different lesson plan. Time is set aside for independent reading and journaling, and then they also participate in various learning games. That takes us to about lunch, and there's a slide that says when we launched Lunch Bunch. But when it comes to lunch, United Way partners with, I think this last year we had 500 people from over 60 businesses. And what they do is they sign up for every day during the week. We have a group from a business come, and they mentor the kids over the lunch hour. They bring games. Sometimes they bring their own food. We supply lunch. But it allows the kids to touch base with people like themselves who are successful in business or who are working. And then it also has a great effect on raising funds in the for workplace campaign. The more volunteers we have involved from the workplaces that then see what great work Fun in the Sun is, they go back and tell their company. And when it comes to campaign time and we speak about Fun in the Sun, they have a good idea of what the program is and how it's having impact. So our afternoon activities and trips are a lot of summer enrichment kind of stuff. These are things these kids would never get a chance to do. A little boy on the left, I forget his name, but he'd never been to the beach. A lot of them never make it to the pool. So we have a lot of summer enrichment, fun stuff to do, as well as bringing in somebody from the zoo to talk about animals, and they'll bring an animal over. Next slide. So just to give you a quick background in history, it was founded in 1997 as a drop-in. So you can see this has been going on for quite a while. This is 15 years in the making to get it where we have now over 70 partners involved. So anyway, 1998 we served 120, and you can see the need outpaced what we were able to provide. In 1999 we made probably our first biggest movement, and that was bringing in Girls Inc. of Greater Santa Barbara to become what we call the lead agency. Girls Inc. is a service provider here, so they have curriculum, they have trained staff, and they have an ability to provide more administrative support. So with that, with the launch of that, launched the academic portion in the morning and then the enrichment in the afternoon. 2000, numbers went up. This is when we did our first independent program evaluation. And this is key because this is what allows us to raise money for this program other than workplace. We have right now, for this last year, 19 different local and national funders. And they range in Bank of America or a local bank like Montecito Bank and Trust, Orfila Foundation, Macy's, and so on. Okay, so there's over 17 of them. In 2000, we had 300 individuals from 30 companies. In 2010, we had 500 individuals from 60 companies. In 2003, we expanded the program again to include what we call counselors in training. And these are Fun in the Sun graduates, age 13 to 17. For us to have greatest impact, we try and enroll the same students over and over. They're given preference to have that increased impact. And then when they graduate and they're starting high school, they come back and they're as counselors in training, if they're interested, which many are. Next slide. A little more history. So in 2004, we started really pushing the character counts part of the component. So currently, pretty much whatever is done is related back to a character counts program. 2007 marked another milestone as far as expansion. We had just been in Santa Barbara. We did a site in Carpinteria, and we did a site in Goleta. Those are outlying communities of the greater Santa Barbara area. And we had 25 CITs. I was really impressed with that. In 2008, with the funding we received, we were able to really ratchet up the enrollment. We had record-breaking enrollment with 355 children. In 2009, we served 364. 2010, this last year, marked another milestone. We received a federal grant from the Corporation for National and Community Service, the Learn and Serve America, and we rolled it into our Fun in the Sun program. For the grant requirements, it had to be incoming 6th to 9th graders completing 100 or more hours of service learning. And if they did that, they got a $500 college scholarship, which out of the 150 we had, at the end, 127 qualified and now have a $500 scholarship for college sitting in an account form. Next slide. We have areas of impact that set the stage and drive our decision making on how we bring things in. You can see that there for yourself. It runs from enrichment to a safe environment, family education, and support. Each of our schools has what's called a family service advocate, and we work really close with them about educating the parents on how to take some of these lessons the kids are learning at camp, home. Next slide, please. So we have goals and objectives. We have academic goals, and they're not listed right here, but I'll discuss our results here in a second. But we do attitudinal surveys to check in with the kids as well as the parents. And you can see, the general program participants are going to improve upon their reading confidence,